Well, hello guys. So this is a little bit a different thing. This is Anna. Hello. So I decided to just do a voice thing, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the video, like what that's gonna look like, but I want to try to figure out one of those things that people do when they do voiceover things, where you can look at the screen, you can see the sound wave going up and down. I want to figure out how to do that, but until then, you're just gonna have to bear with whatever I end up doing with this. So I realized I haven't recorded in a while. That's because I got busy. I couldn't make the slides that I wanted to make, and I haven't been able to do that yet. So you're just going to come along with me as I edit. I am editing Project Demon Friend, which I have been talking a lot about on Instagram. So, what chapter am I? You're not going to see the screen this time. You're not going to see it because this is, I don't want to say it's not confidential particularly, but maybe you'll just enjoy me doing things. Where am I on this? I don't talk out loud to myself particularly, but I'm kind of high on coffee, so maybe I will be. But you should drink water. Don't be like me and just drink coffee. We are drinking water from our water bottle right now. Yes, very good. Very good water. So, that's me closing the water bottle straw because it comes with a straw. Okay. Well, let's see. Where am I? So let me think. Let me words. Okay. Let's see. So actually Project Demon Friend had, I think, like 23. I'm cold. I need to go and turn up the temperature of my air conditioner. I think I have it at 25 degrees Celsius. Yes, it's 25 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to raise it and make the air come out. The air comes out less. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. So Project Demon Friend had about, what, like 22, 23 chapters? But usually when I write a novel, it's usually about, let me see, 30 chapters, and that's about what, 90K? That's I mean, between roses. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Barnes and Noble, you can get it as an ebook, or you can get it as a paperback. Yay! So Between Roses is a young adult portal fantasy novel, and that is about 90K words. And it's a good. I mean, when I got it in paperback form, it's a. I mean, it's a good. It's a moderate sized novel. I mean, it's not too thick and not too thin. I think I did pretty good with that. I didn't intend. I didn't like aim to get those pages, get that thickness or anything like that, but it turned out to be pretty good with illustrations and everything. I mean, even bonus content. And it's still in its 90K. It doesn't seem like a whole big chunk of a novel, okay? It's not like what was that book? Priory? I don't even know how to say Priori of an Orange Tree. That one by, who was it? I don't know. Who wrote, I can't remember. You guys are probably screaming Priori of the Orange Tree by who? Samantha Shannon. Samantha Shannon sounds like two first names. It sounds like there's I mean, there are people named Shannon. Sometimes I think about people whose name is like, I don't know, Well, let's even think about most famous person, Michael Jackson. Jackson can be a first name too. Who decided at some point in history, some person decided, okay, wait, my name is Peter, um, but it could also be a last name if you put an S at the end, or it could still be it doesn't even have to be Peters. You could be Peter. I bet there are people like that who are like, what is your name? My name is, but you can't do it with Mary, can you? Like Mary? Is Mary could be a last name? I don't know. Anyway, so Project Demon Friend currently has 28 chapters, and I sort of stretched it out. I have a feeling that there might be more chapters because there are some sections that are unnervingly long. I added sequences that I didn't have before, so that happened. I want to do a thing. We will do a thing. So let's see. I put chapter titles this time. I didn't have chapter titles before for Project Demon Friend. I just had the Roman numeral chapters. So 1 is like, the I, and 2 is like the double I, and 3 is like the triple I. And then 28 is XXV triple I. So I just had the Roman numerals because I thought that looked kind of cool. And because another story that takes place in this same world, but like 30 years ago, it was also just Roman numeral chapters, numbers. So I decided I would keep with that style. But this time I think I like the chapter titles. So we have Where It All Begins, the Ruskef with Actora, Mr. Nobody and His Demons, Poorly Made Gargoyle Arrives, Disrupts His Sunday, Reed Plants Seed, The Blemish of Arkenland. I don't know if I want to keep The Blemish of Arkenland as the title. I don't know. I kind of just came up with it on the spot, so I don't know if I want to keep that one. I'm kind of iffy about it. Souls for Easy Street, Second Life Steel, He Got Involved, Scattered in Crime, Spanky and Cricket. I kind of like this one because Spanky and Cricket both start with S and C, and Scattered in Crime also start with S and C. I kind of like this one. And then I have one that's just with friends like these, ... Then I have Told Me Yidnun's Secret, Red Circle Reigns, Some Pumpkins, His Good Old Intuition, and then chapter 17, it just says edit because I am currently editing this one. Okay. So, and then I have this one that's starts with like a mock newspaper article title thing. I don't know if I want to keep it because it does really ground the story into like a time, a month, and a date. Not a year. I took the years out, but I did have years in it before, but there's one character that I don't really know what to do with. There's this character called Frank Barnes, and he's like this troublemaker local guy, and he's kind of like a wannabe gang leader, and he does have himself a gang, but he doesn't do so very well with that, and he ends up catching the eye of the assassin organization just because he's a little unhinged and he's willing to do anything for money. not particularly that he's skilled, because they think that they can train anybody, and they do, but it's not, he doesn't get the big jobs. I don't think he would be getting the big jobs, the big important jobs. He's probably just training, and honestly, he's probably decorating Richard's room with Richard's victims. So I haven't even told you, like, if you're hearing about this project for the first time and you don't follow me on Instagram, which you should go follow me on Instagram at the Foxwood Author. Because I post about Project Demon Friend, and I have some bit of lore, and maybe I'll be posting some more stuff about maybe the world a little bit more, showing you what the world's like. So anyway, Project Demon Friend is about all the villains in this world, villains and people who are flawed even though they are good. Basically, there's this one guy called Richard, and he's an immortal assassin, and he has this mission to get rid of all the filthy people in the world, and he actually sees quote unquote filthy people as actual filth. He sees like a gray cloud sort of over them. He can't really see their faces until he disposes of their life, and he wants to get rid of all the people that have that fuzz. And it's not just fuzz or gray cloud. Sometimes he sees their faces look like they're melting or oozing, and it makes him nauseous, so he wants to get rid of them all. And he sees himself as kind of like a dark hero, and he wants to sort of, in a sense, save the world, like a dark Robin Hood kind of thing. So, the story sort of starts with him, but it's really an omniscient story, because it also gets into the story of a retired, once legendary detective, Mallard, and he is sort of like, he's writing about his adventures into children's stories, but he really does miss the life. And he misses a life more so because, yes, he was a legendary detective, he was saving people and everything, but he also liked it because of the praise that he would get. He liked to be the hero. He enjoyed being the hero. And so he has a bit of an ego. So he ends up reuniting with, well, he's sort of in hiding. He has a alias and everything, but he ends up reuniting with a colleague of his. Not really colleague, because they didn't really work together, because Mallard was a private detective, so he wasn't really working with the police force, but he meets this old colleague, Albert, who just comes knocking and says, "You're Mallard, aren't you?" And Mallard is like, "How did you find me?" So he ends up meeting Albert, and Albert gives him a letter from these mediums that come from a country called Duskaz, because they somehow know about him, somehow know where he is, because these mediums, they're not fake mediums, they're actually real mediums, and so they were seeking him out. He gets this letter, and they say, "We want your help tracking down a person that we think is possessed by a demon, and we want you to help this guy, and it's going to help save people from terrible things, and we will give you a lot of money for it." And he's like, "You know what? This sounds like a case to me. But no, I am retired. I have washed my hands of cases. I'm not going to do it." But you know what? He ends up getting a little involved. And, well, one thing leads to another, and it kind of all links together. So we have Mallard's story, we have Richard's story, and then we have Anastasia, who is an escaped servant. She's from Ruskava, and people from Ruskava in this world, this country is called Arkenland. So people from Ruskava are sort of treated as like servants and slaves in Arkenland, and so they're taken from their country and they're brought to Arkenland. And Anastasia had escaped so that she could go and search for her husband that she was separated from when she came to Arkenland. So she's on the hunt for him. And well, she ends up with Richard, who saves her from slave snatchers. And he was actually searching for someone like her, but he doesn't actually know why he was searching for her, because he can see glimpses of his future, and he saw her in it, but not how she would be in it particularly. He just knew that he needed to find her. So he's waiting for the next episode of Visions, but he's not getting them. So anyway, did I tell you why it's called Project Demon Friend? Because Richard has a demon friend. He has a demon that he's contracted with. Nickname is Charcoal, and he is with Charcoal, and they are they're like frenemies almost. They like love each other and hate each other at the same time. It's very fun writing them. And so anyway, Anastasia ends up living with Richard for some time. In the beginning, it's to get her strength back, and then she kind of ends up sort of working with him because he's sort of letting her hide out there, because there are slave snatchers around, and even if they don't recognize her as a slave, like even if she's dressed well, because she's from Ruskava, it's easy to tell she has very almost like snow-like pale skin and very dark hair. She's very pretty, but there's no one else, no other race of human that looks like a Ruskev. So they're easy to tell if you're walking around. You can tell if they're Ruskev. And so if Ruskevs in Archenland are typically treated as sort of like lesser than in slaves, it's a little bit dangerous for them to be walking around sort of, free. There are places that are safer than other places, but Anastasia isn't exactly in a safe place. But at least she's safe inside Richard's house with demons. So anyway, we have those stories. We have Richard's story, we have Mallard's story, we have Anastasia's story, and because it's omniscient, I also have Mallard's son. He has a son. He has two children. One is Michael, and I do get into a little bit about Michael and his sister Rose, who has powers. Actually, this is also a magical realism story, so there's like, oh yeah, you have powers. I mean, But Rose is a little bit different, because her powers are related to dreams. I won't go more into Rose's powers. They're very interesting. Anyway, the relationship between Michael and Rose, and then we have, of course, Richard and his sort of, I guess, henchman, his relationship with his own organization, which he decides to start back up again, terrorizing countries so he decides to use his organization to try to reach his goal of cleansing the world of the filth. So he starts to get up with that. And that means Archenland. Arkans are now fearful of their lives, because it might seem at first he is targeting certain people, but then it sort of goes off the rails, and then they're like, we need to catch whoever is doing this. And they're like, and some people are like, you know what if it's demons gone bad? Because in Archenland, demons are kind of like normal, like they're everywhere, and people don't really think twice about them. But now they kind of do. So anyway, all these guys are flawed in their own ways. Of course, Richard, he's the villain, he's the murderer, he's terrible. But then you have like Mallard, who is a detective and he should be saving people, but he also has an ego. Like, he wants to save people to help them, but he also wants to save them so he can get praise. Anyway, So then you have Michael, who is actually getting involved in a street game because he wants to be tough. He's 15. Yeah. So I would say the only person that is actually really like 100% good is Rose. But yeah. I would say it's Rose. And possibly, I mean, it's not a human character, but there is a dog called Custard Cream, or Custard Creme if you want to be fancy. She is also good, but the fact that you know, everyone might be a little bit flawed in their own ways. I mean, nobody's perfect. We're only human, right? So, anyway, the story basically follows these characters, Richard, Mallard, Anastasia, Michael, and eventually the mediums, and also what is Spanky and Cricket? Spanky and Cricket are twin policemen. It involves them as well, a little bit here and there. And also, of course, we've got two main demons. We've got Charcoal, which is Richard's contracted demon, and we have Tovmeyidnan, which is a demonic creature, different from a demon. They're demons, and then they're demonic creatures. They're like small. Most of them can be like animals, and some of them can be as smart as humans. Tovmeyidnan is like he is living with Richard and Charcoal, but he isn't like a contracted demon or anything. He's just living there with them, and in exchange to getting food and shelter, he is doing chores. So I say he because he typically takes on the form of a 10-year-old boy named Tommy. But he also turns into a middle-aged woman, like a nanny type of situation, and he transforms between the two and gets his chores done. But Tovmeyidnan typically just goes by it. I don't know if it's genderless, like it doesn't have a gender, or it's queer, or gender fluid. I'm not exactly sure. Do demons actually have gender? I think a lot of demons do, but what about demonic creatures in my world? I still have no idea what to do with that kind of stuff. I haven't even thought about how demons reproduce, if they do or not. I don't even know. Okay, we're just going with it. Everything happens because magic, right? It's a fantasy story. So anyway, what do I need to do? I've been talking for like 20 minutes. What I need to do is drink coffee. That's what I need to do. So, I am going to just edit, I guess. So, I don't know what do I say? How do the things go? What do the things do? I'm going to move the microphone to the front. I don't know how well. I guess maybe you will pick up the sound of the tippy tappy stuff. I'm pretty sure you will because it's right there. So I might I don't know, maybe do some fancy overlay of like free music, stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to edit for I don't know, about 20 minutes or so, and do some tippy tappies, and then we will see where we are. Okay, so if you want to just sit back and relax and do something as you listen. Maybe you're already doing something. Maybe you're already folding laundry or something like that. But anyway, so here we go. I've been talking for 25 minutes now. Okay, okay. Where are we? Yeah, I might be talking. I might be talking, but I'm not. I'm talking sort of out loud. I'm not talking to anybody particularly. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Let's see. Mallard. Okay. Okay. Where are we? He decided that mediums in the first. He would move. Surely someone with chapter 1 would be more than happy to drive some nails in the car. Okay. Okay, Richard is Charles right now. Charles is his alias, and he has transformed into this Charles guy. By the way, Charles was actually an actual other character in this world, but Richard befriended him and then took over his life completely and disposed of the body. Charles was put to rest while he was sleeping, so at least it wasn't painful. But Richard has also said that he disposed of the body in the gutter. But Richard has also said that he has eaten the body with his daemon, but Richard doesn't actually eat human flesh. He might drink the blood like a vampire, but he doesn't eat the flesh. That's what the demon does. So, I guess Richard's lying a lot. What actually happened to Charles? Only Richard knows that. He won't even tell me. Oh, God. I want to see if it picks up the typing. I think it does. Maybe this is too close. Maybe. Let's see. Wait, what was that? Sometimes I press the F's into backspace. I pressed F12 and some weird thing came up. Let's see, okay. No, that's too much. You know, I realized I start a lot of sentences with but. And then I look through all the stuff that I've written and see that I don't do that. It just feels like that. Never played it. My nose is itchy. My nose is itchy. I don't think I need to talk about the red circles past. I don't think. Who is there though? Wait, who is? Someone needs to be there. Someone, should it be someone that we know? Or should it be somebody new? Oh, wait. What are those mustaches called? The ones that go like... The ones that go like... Oh, I'm pretty sure I saved like types of mustaches. I had to look up like... Richard has a handlebar mustache. I had to look up what it was called. Do I have? Let's see. Why do I just have random Wikipedia for Germany? Just just Germany by itself? I don't know. Pandemonium? What does that have to do with anything? You know, there's some things that I added in the story before that I've gotten rid of, but I still kept the, like, whatever I searched for. So there's some stuff in here that I'm sure I don't need anymore. Mustaches, actually. Actually, wait, it might be in this other one. Let's see. House parts. Oh, Pawn Snappery. You know, maybe I should use Pawn Snappery somewhere. Tribes. German names. Speakeasy. Wait, did I not look up types of... Okay, then I'll just look up types of mustache. What is that one called where it goes straight across the lip and just like curves and has corners? And it goes down. What is that one called? What is that one called? Types of mustache. Mustaches. How to spell? Don't know how to spell. Oh. Wait, there. I don't want... No, I don't want, like, your terms for types of... I want the official names. Aren't there? Mustache. Handlebar, yes, that's what Richard has. Anchor mustache. But what was the one that just goes down? You're not giving me nothing. You're not giving me anything. Why? That's not it. That is not. Oh, that is called a horseshoe. Is it called a horse? I can't even say it. Horseshoe mustache. Oh, it's called a horseshoe mustache. Well, it's a little bit like that biker mustache. But what? I am just gonna go to Alamy just because I need the name. What is it called? Well, the one I want is called the Winefield mustache? Horseshoe. Forgot how to spell it immediately. Forgot immediately how to spell it. Winfield. I guess I just call it a horseshoe mustache. Do I want to be specific? Because if I want to be very specific, and I'm going to stick with the era of inspiration is 1850s to 1890s American culture. And so if I'm going to stick with that, wait, mustache, 18th century, please. Okay. Oh, walrus. Am I the only one that has problems saying walrus? Manicure. What? The mustaches. Where are the mustaches? Horseshoe. Handlebar. Walrus. Handlebar. And Imperial handlebar. Okay. Damn, I didn't realize Charlie Chaplin's mustache looks a lot like that terrible guy. His mustache. Good heavens. But you're not giving me, like, you know, Salvador Dali's picture of the mustache where it's like going up into his eyes. I kind of wonder if that is just for show. He doesn't actually have a mustache like that. I mean, normally he wouldn't have a mustache. I mean, it's in front of his eyes. Wouldn't it be kind of in the way? I guess it's a horseshoe mustache. I guess I don't. Bates College. Let's see what you say about mustaches. Mustaches. Okay. We've got the handle. We have the slim stash. Class of 82. That's a big handleable mustache. That's a walrus. We have the oh my gosh, they're so long and bushy. Oh my gosh, I mean, they're all close-ups. It's so long and bushy. Good heavens. Well, that's okay. Mustache timeline. New Zealand history. For some reason. But this isn't. I need to. I do not trust you, AI, to tell me accurate information. Okay, we have 90s, 80s. Have the handlebar. I think I need to just call it horseshoe mustache. Horseshoe mustache. I just thought about horseshoe mustache with braided tips. Doesn't that sound cool? A man with a horseshoe mustache. A man with a horseshoe mustache with braided tips. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Have beads at the end? Oh, maybe he has beads at the end. With beaded tips. I mean, why not? So, let's do that. And some say he was a seer. Beaded tip, horseshoe mustache man said. I just had an idea. I had a crazy idea. Beaded tip, horseshoe mustache. Oh my god, it's a tongue twister. Horseshoe mustache. Horseshoe. Why do I have so much trouble? Oh my god. Horseshoe mustache. Beaded tip, horseshoe mustache grinned. Never mind the grin. I have so many people grinning in this story, honestly. Grinning and smirking and smiling and chuckling and snickering and smirking. Did I already say that? But I am not going to be bothered with people, you know, when I read books and I see like dialogue tags, I just really gloss over them. I mean, if they're grinning, they're grinning. I mean, anyone can imagine a grin. If you're like explaining like, oh, his lip quirked up in the diagonal right left shoulder corner, and you know, that's more hard to imagine. Just keep it simple. And I don't want to be bothered with being so creative with how they smiled. I mean, come on. There's only so many ways you can say it. I mean, you could say in like a moment where maybe the scene slows down a bit and you're focusing on a character, you can say that her smile is so bright it lit up the room, and you can go into details, like those kind of details. But not like how they're moving their face in such minute detail. Like, I don't want to go there. Okay? So we're not even going to go there. I'm just going to say he grinned. Okay? We're going to keep it simple. And that's that. Okay, so what? Beaded tip horseshoe mustache grinned, or as most people knew him. What should he be? You see, I have this character called Isaac Longturtle, and he has a dad, of course, and I want this to be his dad. But I don't want this long turtle to be like, I don't even know if that's a real last name. I just made it up. I thought it was cool. A little quirky, a little cool. I don't want it to be, who is he? He is a most people knew him, or as most people knew him. Ooh, adventurer. What did they call them? They didn't call them. I looked up this one thing. I looked up this thing once about, what was it? Like a cartographer, but not really. He was a, what would they call him? Oh, there. What do they call him? He wasn't an adventurer, a traveler. Oh, what did they say? That's not it. Damn, what did they say? What was it? What was it? What was it? Oh, this guy? Edward Griffin Beckwith? What was he? Oh, surveyor. Wait, was it a surveyor? Surveyor. No, because I was looking at these people that had worked on railroads with, oh damn it, I cannot speak with railroads. I don't know why I have so many trouble with railroads. I sound like Elmer Fudd, the Wascally Wabbit. Railroads. Now, it was this governor guy? No, yes, it was a governor guy. No, his name is Gouverneur. Governor. I don't even know how it's actually said, but it looks like the word governor, but it's his first name. And I thought, that is such a, this was a guy. He had this name, and that is cool. Okay, so what was he? Oh yes, civil engineer, like during Civil War, and what did they call him? No, because he was battle, but they, like, his name was Major General Gouverneur Campbell Warren. He looks short, but maybe he's not short. Did they call him? Was he actually short? Because he looks like he was short, but maybe that's just a picture. Mapping, yes, they did. in order to work on the railroad, Pacific Railroad surveys of 53 and 55. And I thought that's cool because that's just around the sort of era. He does look kind of small, doesn't he, in this picture? You don't see what I'm looking at. Never mind. If you look up Governor, I'm saying it like that because it's Governeur Warren. It's Warren. If you want to just look him up on Wiki, there's this picture of him, and it looks like he's. Is that like a mop or feathers? I can't tell. It's like a slightly colored picture of him in the 1850s. In 1850, not the 1850s. Let's see. He explored the vast Nebraska territory. Yes, it's the Pacific Railroad surveys. What did they call them? I want it to be this type of guy because that's a cool thing to add in. Even though this story isn't supposed to be like historically accurate, I mean, like I want to, put in some little things here and there. Mapping. Let's see. Oh. What? Okay. It's a. He was commissioned a brevet. I don't even know what that is. Second lieutenant in the Corps of Topographical Engineer. So I could say. Wait. Can I say topographical engineer? Is that like a word, a proper word, or is that just the name of this corpse? Do they call them topographical engineers? Topographical engineers. They map out tacos. I want to look up topographical surveys. I mean, people still have those jobs, apparently. Geographical engineers. Topographical engineers. Okay, the United States Army Corps of Topographical Engineers was a branch of the United States Army authorized on July 4, 1838. Okay, I see. Let's see. Oh, they called them topographical engineers at the time. Okay, so I need to save this. I save everything. Just in case I need to go back to it, Okay, so we have that. And then we have Governor, who was a topographical engineer. So I am going to make Mr. Long Turtle as a topo. Traversing the Great. It's not the Great West. Is it the Great West, though? Western Plains. The Great Western Plains of Oregon. Best possible routes for things. Or maybe they're not. See, the thing about a fiction of this world is like, yes, it's based off of like 1850s USA, but it's not exactly the same history. So I could, because here in this, I mean, at the time in real US, they had like railroads and this and the Industrial Revolution, all that stuff about happening and all that stuff. But Actually, in Arkaland, there's none of that. So I can say they even call trains middle snakes. So I could say, and they're like resistant to it. Best possible routes for oh wait, paved national roads. Roads. I typed RAOD instead. Roads. Paved national roads. I mean, they did have in the US these things called national roads, and they were like, there's roads, just dirt roads, I think. I don't know. I don't think that they were paved or anything, but you know, people with horse carriages and stuff would go on those roads, and they would just, that's how they would travel. And they also had boats. Oh, and maybe past the possible routes for paved national roads and what? Man-made canals. I learned a few days ago that canals were such a big thing at the time. In the 19th century, canals were like, they brought people from place to place all the time. People would use these canals. It was like the veins of the country. And that's how like people got goods from one place to another. Like there were like factories that would get goods from one place to another. And I learned a little bit about the Erie Canal, and wow, that is a history. When they first, people who thought about the Erie Canal, you know, when they first suggested that we should be doing this, other people who were, you know, who had like the money or whatever, they said, oh, you person, this Erie Canal thing, that is crazy. I mean, no way. But here it is today, and it's still like, isn't it still like the veins of the country in some ways? I mean, it's so long. I don't know if this is the current status, but apparently at the time it was like going to be the second longest canal. And I think the first one I looked up somewhere, it said it was China, but I can't exactly remember. So if you want to know more about the Erie Canal, you should go look it up yourself. Because I don't remember right now. Best possible routes for paved national roads and new and man-made canals. Or as most people knew him, topographical engineer, wrong turtle. Engineer, what should we name him? He needs like a name. Goivenor. His name is Governor. His name, what kind of, why name your kid? He has a mustache. I think it evolved into a handlebar mustache at some point. Maybe, hey, his name is Warren. I mean, that's where you find the little Easter eggs. I mean, if you've watched this video, you know where this comes from. An actual living person who was an actual living topographical engineer. I don't know why I was able to say it at that time. Month-long journey. So if Richard is already engaging with him in conversation as Charles, he can't have perked up his ears anymore. And you believe that? Richard said, smiling, raising a brow. You saw it. Would he say pops or dad or pa or papa? You saw see your papa? They saw me. Even arrived. I need countries, not countries, wait, states. I renamed all the states, and in the 1850s, the US had like 30 states, so I renamed them all, but I don't know if I renamed all. Did I have anything in this? Well, you know what? We could go. Wait, what is in the what is in the list? No, I don't have actually Texas. I don't have a similar Texas thing. I need to make Texas. We need, what do we need? We need west. We need the west. What is in the west? So we have Kansas. Wait. But what are the 30 states? Wait, where did I get that information even? Oh heck. Name. What is this? Philadelphia. No. What? Travel in America in the 1840s. History of the United States. To 18. Yeah, they had the. Oh, but wait. Well, why does it redirect? I don't want it to redirect. I don't want, this is not the time. Wait. No, it's not. Okay, so the West isn't, there is no West. Wait. Come on. Stop. Wait, so you're telling me, Wikipedia, that history of the United States 1850 to 1849 does exist, but for some reason I was redirected. What? But I saved it. What are you talking about? It's crazy. So what is this? I don't know. I don't know what is. They must have updated something in here. Well, anyway, I'm deleting that one. Keeping this other one. Now it's all the way down the bottom. Here. So finally I have history of the United States 50 to 49. I just need an idea of what the map looked like. Can anyone tell me? Oh my god, that's horrifying. Okay. Oh. Well, that's to the 30s. Westward expansion, right? They did. That happened. Okay. Here we have, okay, so we have Texas annexation in 1845. We can go to Texas and we can go to, let's say Texas. That sounds good. Okay. Texas. I just need Texas. So I just need some name that can be Texas. I mean, in place of Texas. So what I do is I go to Texas. I go to Texas. Republic of Texas. It was called the Republic of Texas. Or simply, it's still the Republic of Texas. Is it still the Republic of Texas, or is it just Texas? Republic of Texas, or simply Texas, was a short-lived sovereign country in North America. Oh, interesting. Oh, it was a sovereign. Oh. From March 2, 1836 to February 1846, Texas was bordered by Mexico to the west and southwest, the Gulf of Mexico to the southeast, the two U.S. states of Louisiana and Arkansas to the east and northeast, and U.S. unorganized territory, blah, 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 blah. It's so long. Why is that so long? The Texas Revolution began when hostilities broke out on October 4, 1835, shortly before the regime of Mexican President General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna adopted a new Mexican constitution known as the, I can't read it, Siete Leyes, that abolished the authority of the states under the federal government. Okay. March 26th, convention proclaimed the Texas Declaration of Independence. I see. I didn't know that about Texas. So I learned a new thing today. Oh, Spanish Texas. Interesting. So it was under the Spanish. Oh, interesting. There must be a very large Spanish-speaking population down there. Texas looks like a hand with the finger pointing up. Or the thumb and the finger pointing out. That's what Texas looks like to me. I live in Japan. I don't know. I've never been to Texas. Republic of Texas. Republic of Texas. It was a country for a bit. That is kind of cool. Short-lived sovereign country from 30, so it was only, but 10 years still. I mean, like, if you were a kid born in the Republic of Texas, you were essentially living in a country with a country. What was that? I need to. I like this idea. I mean, it's not okay. For inspiration. Okay, I like this idea. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. But hey, Republic of Texas. Republic of Texas, and it was 1836 to 1846 in reality, but I could have this, and it would be like a little bit of nod to this history. That's interesting. Well, anyway, I think I will end this here for you guys to listen to. Where is my recording thing? Okay, I've been talking for like an hour. I hope that was interesting to you. I hope you found that enjoyable, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you like me to do something like this again. If you found that interesting, maybe you were working on things and it felt like you were working with me. I don't know. Let me know. I don't know if these are easier to make or what, but at least I get content right out of it, right? And I can get work done, so that's good. Yes. So, and now I feel like doing some more editing. I'm sort of motivated now, so it motivated me. I also need to finish my 1,000 piece puzzle. Anyway, you don't know about that. Well, anyway, so hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Please keep hydrated, and you will hear me in another video. What do I say at the end? It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Let's see. I say, hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Keep hydrated. You will hear me in the next video. The fox is out. The fox is out. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, that's it. The fox is out.